3, 2, 1, and we're live. We're Kyushu live. Welcome to the live stream. Hello everyone. Konnichiwa. Ohayou gozaimasu. Or maybe konbanwa, depends where you're watching this from. Hey, hey. Look where we are. We're by the beach. That's right. Here, let me say hello to everybody here. It's we got the camera going this way. Oh, there we are. Hi. There we are. Hello, everyone. Yes, today we are in, well, we're going to walk around Itoshima. Specifically, though, right now we are in Nishiku, Fukuoka City, and we are at an area called Nishinoura. Nishinoura is a fishing port, which is over there, and this is a beach here, obviously. Nishinoura right here, and we are going to start our walk off here. So that's that. And as you noticed, I'm alone today. That's right, it's just me. And Miko is taking a break in the shade. Oh, we got some in the live chat. Hey, I should, oh, what does this say? Perfect timing. Yes, it is perfect timing. Hello, whoever's in the live chat. It's really hot, it's really bright outside, so I can't see the screen that well. So I do welcome, please send your chats. Probably Emiko is watching and maybe she'll reply to the live chats. I'm out here in the bright sun and it's hard to see the screen. But anyways, let's get on with it. So as I say, we are in Nishinoura, which is on the Itoshima Peninsula, but technically this is Fukuoka City. Nishiku, Fukuoka City, and then hey, yeah, I'm gonna walk over here and show you where we are here. Well, let's get around here. So this is a relatively recently developed, well, basically it's a parking lot, and they planted some palm trees, and now they have some food trucks, which set up here. But one of the main attractions why people come here, besides this beautiful beach, are these installations, shall we say, art installations. I call them Instagram spots, and you'll see that there's couples lining up here to pose in front of these displays here, and they get their Instagram shots here. And this is a beautiful one here. Nice heart mark. While they're checking their camera, I'll just go really quickly through here. There you go. So I actually live in rarely come here, and actually, like I say, parking lot, Jihangun is the name of Jihangun. Ji is like Jido Hanbaiki, ne? So sort of like facility here. They have, as you see, food trucks, and I guess they have venues as well. Have these installations where people are doing their Instagram shots. And that's what this place is known for. Yeah, I can see some comments. I can't read them though, but thank you. Hello, everyone. If you're logging in, let us know where you are in the live chat, or leave a comment, and I'll read that later. If I can find some shade, I will try to read comments. ねえ、今日はね、エミコが欠席。エミコが今日お休み。So, comments, other walks. But I here. そうね。暑い暑い。でも気持ち love summer. This is one of the last days. I mean, in Japan, they say summer August. Here in Kyushu, it's hot until, well, it's until the end of October, really. But weekend, so this is the last the last Sunday in summer will be, hopefully, we'll see lots of people out here. Again, these are these food trucks, and I don't know any of these. I don't come here. So, but is this Korean chicken that's really popular in Fukuoka now? Maybe gang chicken. I don't know if that is Korean or no. It doesn't even. I don't even know what that. Whoa, whoa! すごいびっくりしたね今。ねえ。I don't know if you heard that, but that guy gunned the gas on his car right beside me. 怖かった。Okay. めっちゃ暑い。So these are, I guess, housing for Jiro Hanbaiki, vending machines. As I say, the name of this parking lot is Jihangun. Oh wow, it's a chimney. And so that means like vending machines. Gelato ねがあるし、レモネードあります。こんにちは。ここのレモネードは糸島のレモンからできてるものですか？でもないね。でもない、でもそれにしても美味しいね。ありがとう。So, oh, look at the flowers. なんだこれ? This is all new to me. All this. Oh, I guess, yeah, I guess this is another sort of Instagram posing spot. There's another. Oh, I think is that shade? No, I still can't read. Ma. Let's continue. This is, I guess it's fun. It's, you know, getting a park along the beach in Itoshima is not an easy matter. So here people, I mean, the condition is that you park. So what do they do? 500 yen for 90 minutes. You can park here and get some Instagram shots in, I guess. So, yeah, I'm gonna walk as long as I can today. About an hour and a half maybe. The route this is called Sunset Road. Obviously, good views of the sunset. And here's a Showa bus stop here. Nishinoura desho. That's the name of where we are, Nishinoura. And yeah, there's public transportation out this way. Maybe the buses leave from Imajuku? Don't know for sure. This is also new in the last 2 years or so, and I can't say I haven't tried it. It's called, what's it called? Hideout Cafe. And it's, as you can see, made of containers. And yeah, just this part of Nishinoura, Futamigaura is only recently being really used. Now this over here, a little bit minor information. There being a long time, but can you imagine how lucky those kids are to have a nursery school? Until there weren't, like I say, these cafes didn't exist. Nothing existed here until a couple of years ago. And they have their own private, beautiful white sand beach down here in front of that nursery school that's actually in a pine forest. That's pretty cool. Beautiful day. I'd say, I think it's going to go up to around, they say 33 degrees. It's certainly 30 degrees now. And finally we're getting some good weather after all those rains. Here's some rules that, these are good rules that really want people to follow when they come out to Itoshima. And one of the main things here is a lot of people make their living out of fishing or gathering the shellfish from this area, so they don't want people to come and poach their shellfish. So the main thing is that we don't want people littering these beaches. People coming out from the city and having a barbecue on the beach, which is probably prohibited, having barbecues. People think that barbecues are all natural and they just, but actually the charcoal doesn't degrade. I mean, charcoal doesn't degrade anymore. And all the sauces and all the food garbage, and not to mention bottles and cans and cigarette butts and all that. Oji-san Nika ima iroiro monku yutemasu ne. Okay, we're coming up to yet another new cafe. I don't know if you call it a cafe. But somebody's built a deck and it looks like some container on the other side there. I think it's called Johnny's Ice Cream or something like that. It's not open now. Beautiful clear water, eh? I don't know if you can see. Maybe I'll change the lens here. We're gonna see a lot of water today, but you can see right down to the bottom. Guys gonna do some fishing. Now this area here, this is actually a surf point. In the winter the waves get pretty big here, and there's actually better surf. I mean, people do surf right here, but we're going to come up to an even better beach for surfing coming up. Okay, I think we're going to have some shade coming up, and that means I'll be able to read the comments. So if anyone has any comments or questions about this area, I can see some shade coming up. The other side, mountains, actually farmland back there. And then, as we've mentioned many times, typical in Japan is they plant pine trees by the beaches to keep the sand from blowing away. Okay, some shade. Let me I'm gonna stop for a bit. And what does this say? I miss Itoshima kana? Yeah, Itoshima is beautiful. Yes, Itoshima is really beautiful. So this road, 54番かな? Actually, now I've blanked out on the actual number of the road. It doesn't matter, but this is known as Sunset Road. And we're leaving Nishinoura, and the next beach that we will come to is Futamigaura. And that's probably the most famous, best known beach in Itoshima. And it is a popular surf point. And yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So surfing here is winter season is main. People surf in the summer, but usually only during or after, before typhoons. Oh, internet connection problem. Okay. Sorry, but okay, I'll walk faster. Looks like we might have some connection problems. Don't give up. The internet will get better soon. Don't give up. I will walk faster, and internet connection will come back. Yeah, we're in the countryside. So what I might do is cross the side of the road. I'm just going to walk faster for now. While we're in a lull for scenery, I want to let everyone know that we posted a new video in our Home Center Secrets series. These are not live streams, but they're videos that Emiko have. Tool. Anyway, these sort of high-tech, they're almost like robots. And I made a garden table. So watch the video, please, if you're at all interested in perhaps doing something DIY, but you don't own your own tools. You've never done anything before. This is sort of like 3D printing. Depot. Okay. People or B parking. This part of Itoshima, not Itoshima is like now, but this one area or beach area, Futamigaura, years. Actually, here I have to go back a bit. Let these. Topic is this is a new sidewalk, a newly built. Finished sidewalk with lighting. As lighting, I guess it's solar power. That's how they'll say it's echo or something, but solar powered lights. So yeah, it would be probably very nice at night. I haven't been here at night, but they have a lit boardwalk, beach walk area, which is, yeah. I'll tell you what's really nice though. You can't see it right here, but when they rebuilt this sidewalk and put in these lights, they took out the telephone poles. We can see some here. There's some telephone poles here, but maybe another 100 meters further on, they've actually buried the cables in a lot of places, which is rare in Japan, unfortunately. Okay, we're at this place called Waikiki, I think it's called. Itoshima no Waikiki. Actually, again, I will say this is not Itoshima, technically speaking. This is Nishiku, Fukuoka. We're going to come up to a point where we actually are technically in Itoshima. This is Itoshima Peninsula, the whole area, so we'll claim it as Itoshima. Although this is the... So, you can see there's restaurants, cafes, shops. It's Waikiki. Fukuoka's Waikiki, no doubt about it. But I'm going to show you a nice beach all the same. And And boom. There you go, everyone. This is the famous Futamigaura. And yeah. I don't know what to say. If you used to come here years ago, you'd be shocked, probably, to see the development. These full-on size restaurants, but still the natural beauty. It's still a beautiful beach, and come winter, nobody's here. Almost nobody's here in the winter. Very few people. Let's just continue walking through here.
That's amazing. It's always that you can pronounce astaxanthin. Don't forget, Power Essence, the strongest antioxidant in nature.
Did you know that the astaxanthin?
It sounds like they even have like radio pumped in from Waikiki in the background there. But again, I guess this is when I first came to Itoshima back 30 years ago. There was one tiny restaurant cafe, which we're going to go by, and then a new one had just opened called Sunset Cafe, and it was a hut. It was literally a shack, a surf shack, and we're going to walk by that, and it's now a proper restaurant. But anyways, well, let's go around here. So this is a fish restaurant. なんていうちょっとなんか読めないんですけど、忘れた。But I've been in there once years ago. It was a very nice, good fish restaurant. And look at this location. I mean, for years when I used to come out to Itoshima, I was actually always wondering why it was so empty and why more Japanese didn't come out here. It's so beautiful and so close to Fukuoka. And it's happened. It's well discovered now. And look at these jet skis. Noisy jet skis. Fortunately, they're not running now. But okay, so Oji-san Nick is complaining about overdevelopment in Itoshima, so let's continue walking. Yeah, I'm going to find some shade, and I don't know if people are writing comments or not. I will try and check it out. But yeah, please, if you're enjoying the live stream, if you're as surprised as I am to see development here in Futamigaura, let me know when you were last here, what you remember, any favorite spots. So there was a fish restaurant back there, and this is like obviously sort of American hamburger, or I don't know what cafe. I'll get in front of these people, maybe. We'll come back up here and we'll check out these shops. Why not? That's my job. I'm a tour guide, right? So I'll put my mask on. And this is the shopping area, I guess. But it's beautiful. It's really well done. Sit here. Now, that's the west. That's west. So just imagine the sunset view from here. Nice and shaded too, so. Oh, and they have, of course, gelato, ice cream shop. And what's this? Some type of crafts. もう本当にがね、大きいからね、グアムとか。どこかね。Just take a quick peek. More big くりね. Actually, it's nice and dark here. I'm going to see if I can read some of these comments here. That was a bad idea. Hang on, everyone. I'm going to adjust the camera a bit here, so see if I can yeah, the screen's really dark, but oh, you can see some comments in there. Thank you for your comments. I'll be sure to read those when I can. So I got internet connection problem here. Wow, that's surprising. I'm gonna move back on there. Okay, so that was, here's the sign here, Palm Beach, the gardens. And, you know, it's just like everything going on here. That's what we just looked at, that development there. But the same company or same owner owns that. That's a slightly higher end restaurant over there, just called Palm Beach. This is really nicely done. This is an inexpensive, used to be hot dogs. I don't know what they sell now, but maybe we can see. So this covered area right at beach level. So I think you can see, oh, garlic shrimp. Wow. Yeah, I can smell garlic shrimp. That's nice. Futamigaura. Now these guys here, maybe we can see. I don't know. All right, there's another popular Instagram art installation, shall we say? I'm in trouble coming up with a word to describe those. Let's go down and show you this. This is, yeah. Oh, here's the menu. Garlic shrimp. That's great. Look at that. That looks nice. And they used to have hot dogs too. Huh. Always changing, but yeah, this is, I think, really well done. You got this long counter. And yeah, naka. Once again, we'd be facing the west. You can watch the sunset from here. Whew. And on the beach. Kawaii. Kawaii. Got some people learning how to do sup. They're on their knees at this point, but we're going to walk by. There's something called the beach store over there, and that's a proper surf shop, and they do information on surfing and sup. I know the guy who runs that, Junior. But yeah, here we are. We're back on the main drag, and look at this, like a bus service out. It's even called Palm Beach Bus Stop. もう本当にもうワイキキになっちゃったね. Okay, here's a couple things to talk about here. First of all, we have to walk the landmark. This is the Sunset Cafe. Really the first, technically not the first, but as I said earlier, actually Sunset Cafe when I first went to it, probably 29 years ago, was over here in like a shack, and he rented the land here, Hashi-san, and then actually after a certain amount of years moved over here. So the actual old Sunset Cafe was over here, and then Sunset Live and that whole thing took place in a parking lot over here. And this is still, is like, I feel like I'm talking about history here, but the original Sunset Cafe, which spawned so much of the beach culture, surf culture in Fukuoka, obviously Itoshima. So we'll just take a peek in here, and I'm sure the food is still really good here. I haven't been here in years because, you know, again, this is just gone so touristy, so mainstream. But look at these bananas. So in the Sunset is a couple other restaurants. Ku is a sushi shop back in Nishinoura way, and then Nogita has Current, and then Hideaway is a sort of a glamping. Now check this. Hey, we got to go up here. This is big news. Good or bad, I don't know. But speaking of development, look what's going on here. Some land's being cleared and some signs are going up here, and I've heard rumors. This is my first time to come visit it, but here a hotel's going up. Oh, internet connection, damn. Okay, anyways, yeah, someone's building a hotel here. I'm probably on private land now, but let's take a quick look. So apparently some type of accommodation facility is being built here. So hopefully it will be in good taste, unlike these noisy Harley Davidsons. I really have to tone. Okay, we're back. And speaking of Instagram spots, this normally here, people come to pose with that sunset sign back there, have their photos taken. Whew. Well, I hope the internet connection's okay, and I'm also hoping our phone doesn't overheat, and me too. It's pretty hot. So here we're at Beach Store. I think I mentioned that this is a really cool shop run by a friend of mine. He's been here forever. Original Sunset staff. And this is this is, you know, local surfers come here. They buy their boards from him, maintenance and storage. And that's all it is. It's not a restaurant. It's a full-on proper surf shop. And we got some rental boards and instruction. Let's take a look. So you got a class going on here. Konnichiwa. いや、ちょっと見に来ただけですね。はい、はい。はい、わかりました。はい、はい。こんにちは。深井さんのお友達、ニックですね。ありがとうございます。はい。So, all right. Probably people have already noticed. Let me see if I can change the lens. It's so bright. Actually, no, I won't bother doing that. Yeah, it's so bright that the iPhone screen has automatically turned black, pretty much. So, hard for me to see. But I'm sure you can see those rocks just out in the sea there. Those are very special rocks. Meotoiwa. Meotoiwa. And they're actually part of a shrine. Sakurai Jinja, Sakurai Shrine, which is a couple kilometers back there, but in a direct straight line from that shrine to those rocks. And you'll see there's two rocks there, and they're connected by a, 何、回しという？oops、ちょっと今日はね、日本語チェックできる人いないんですけど、anyways, a large rope, sacred rope, binding those two rocks. And so they're nicknamed the husband and wife rocks, or couples rocks, and they of course all kinds of significance. I gotta change the lens here. I gotta show you how clear that water is, but let's see, did that do it? So we'll get a better view there, but this is, and actually you can see you'll see, we're gonna walk right up close to it, but a white sort of tori, ne? Tori, jinja no tori, shrine gates. As we get closer, you'll see more. What's his name's changed? It's called Lifestyle Resort. I'm sure the operating company is the same, but this is a very good restaurant. I recommend that. Yeah, we've had some good meals there. That's a nice place, and apparently this is brand new. I have not, didn't even know this existed, but it says cafe and pizza, and it's run by the same company, so it's probably good quality. And this is interesting. It's like a deck up top. これちょっと私初めてからちょっと一緒に見ようか。It's my first time here, but I guess this goes down to the beach. どういうこと？これすごいね。Wow, what a deck. That's cool. And this is another one of their properties as well too. Again, I'm talking about, this is the main restaurant there too, and they have an Airstream back there, and I heard that in the future they're going to have more Airstreams, and again, so there'll be some accommodations, and then they have, that's a restaurant, this is some type of snack stand, and then what we're standing on now is a brand new, it says cafe and pizza, and there must be something down there, but I won't go there, not today. We'll take a look at the menu though. Oh, we're so popsicle ne. Cafe and pizza collection. きっと美味しいと思う。きっと美味しい。Oh, look at the cars. おやつスタンド。Oh, here we are. Let me swing around and show you. So this is this new cafe and pizza place. Amazing view of the beach. Wow, 本当にワイキキになっちゃったね。Nicer than Waikiki, of course, but still, I guess my point is things are getting really built up. This is Honna Cafe. I've never been here before, and I'm not interested either. This, I believe, is a Tokyo run operation. Oh, this other one, by the way, that's a Fukuoka company running it. But therefore, it's good. This is a Tokyo-based chain, I believe, Honna Cafe. And they're the usual pancakes. Nani, banana pancake とか。ここからダメかな？ちょっと間違った。We're in, after I just badmouthed them, I'm on their parking lot. Okay. Your tour guide's getting reset here. Gotta keep it positive. It's just that, again, to repeat, I've been coming out to Itoshima for 30 years. and lived out here. I've had land for the last 20 years or so, so yeah, a little bit sensitive on the development side of things. This is Nap Cafe. This has been around for about 20 years, long time. And it looks like it's closed now. A lot of things are closed, of course, because of the pandemic. And this is kind of interesting that it's open at night, or used to be anyways. So their main business is probably selling alcohol. It's like a bar and music bar, and what a location, right? And I guess they have some outdoor, you can have barbecues here too, I think. But what a beautiful location here. No other shops in the view, and you're looking at, Meotoiwa. Boom. Ah, soka, soka. Right. Oh, flowers. Yeah. Hawaii desho. Yeah, well, there are parts of Itoshima that I've been to Hawaii several times. No expert at all, but I've been there at least 8 times, I'd say, in different areas, and saw some beautiful scenery. Well, we have some scenery in not this part here, but other parts of Itoshima that are just as nice, if not nicer, than some. Anyways, so yeah, this rebuilt sidewalk's pretty comfy, and I guess at night this is all lit up with these solar lights, so probably a really nice place to stroll. And then we have, looks like they've built a bicycle lane, and yeah, and there's some wires on this side here, but there's no poles. They've done their best to bury wires in the area, and that's really nice. So we're getting a better view of Meotoiwa. And it was about a month ago or so I came here, and it was a time of year where the sun was setting, and actually right where we are now, I think I took a photo of the sun sitting between the rocks. Now, I said there was a sacred rope tying the 2 rocks together. That's a seasonal thing, and again, I'm not sure, but I think it's in June where they take it down and replace it. And I guess there's 2 times a year where they do that. And sorry, I'm not sure when's what, but hey, oh, 2 things I have to show, but one is the bus. Look, this is relatively new, the public bus service, and Showa bus. And that's another reason why there's so many people in Itoshima now. Easier to get here. The second thing that I want to show you, I wish I could change the lens, but you can see across the road. Itoshima, yes, finally. Now we're in Itoshima. We were in Nishiku before, Fukuoka City. Now we are technically, this is Itoshima, and that's where Meotoiwa is. That's 100%. You can hear the pride, my adopted pride of Itoshima. And as you can see, it's more kankochi ne, more bari tourist attraction, and rightfully so. It's really beautiful. And low tide, on the last live stream, I actually walked out. I think it was in March or April. If you look back on Kyushu Live, I walked through there and halfway to the rocks in low tide and on a cold, windy day, and almost fell. So, wow, that's just a lot of people down there. Okay, I mentioned that Sunset Live was, I didn't say it was the first restaurant here. I was very careful, because at least when I first arrived in Fukuoka in this area 30 years ago, this building here, restaurant Futamigaura, this existed. This was here, most definitely. And on this road here, which is now just full of cafes and people, this was the only structure at the time. And you know what? I have never been in there. I have never, not once, been in there. Just haven't had any reason to. It wasn't really, it looks really, actually looks quite nice now, but back in the day it was kind of, I don't know, hokey in English. It wasn't really. And then Sunset Cafe, even though it was a shack, which was really cool, it's a surfer shack with Hashi-san's surfer bowl and the menu and just cool people. It was a cool hangout for younger people. I was obviously 30 years younger. That was the place to be, so you wouldn't go to that other place there. No way. Wow. I'd like to change the lens and zoom in, but I can't. I can't see the screen. In fact, I hope this live stream is still going. For all I know, I'm just talking to myself. I'm holding this camera. I'm walking in the hot sun, talking to myself. So yes, Itoshima, we said that we're in Itoshima city now, technically. Oh, that up there, I guess you can't see very well, but that is a cemetery. And I think I mentioned this before, but you know, obviously, I mean, most people don't enjoy going to a cemetery, but that is a beautiful cemetery. Beautiful landscaping and beautiful views. And you're allowed to go up there. And I would recommend it, actually, for a beautiful view of this area. For a beautiful view. Just everywhere is just beautiful views. So Itoshima, Itoshima is, yeah, we're in Itoshima city. Well, Itoshima is also the name of a Hanto, peninsula. So that's why even Nishinoura toka, Futamigaura, those areas, people still consider that. In Kyushu University, they call it Ito campus, Itoshima campus, the new Kyushu University. And I think like 99%, 95% of the university is actually in Fukuoka City, Nishiku. But they still call it Itoshima. So hence, you might notice another thing is, Itoshima ne, kawaisou desho? 予算がない、お金がない。Itoshima is a much smaller city than Fukuoka, and you know, aging population, not very little industry, means no money, no budget, or less budget, or not spent on maintenance. So it's definitely rougher around the edges, which in hindsight isn't such a bad thing, is it? Nothing wrong with some extra greenery, even if it is weeds. As we saw walking through Futamigaura, it was like we're in Waikiki, and here we're back in Fukuoka. Ah, what a view! Check this out. This is a classic. Coming around this bend here, and I don't know if the quality of the connection's good enough, but that water is transparent, super clean. And this is just great cycling and motorcycling. Guy's enjoying his ride. But yeah, and once again, mamorimashou ne. Don't steal the seafood, shellfish. People do come and basically poach the shellfish. Okay, well, how are we doing for time? It's 12:50. I've been walking in the hot sun for 50 minutes. Enjoying it. Enjoying it. No complaints. But just to let you know, the plan is The next beach is Oguchi. Oguchi kana? Oguchi. Ama. After we cross this bend. The YouTube channel, I think, or it's on Facebook, I made a title, Itoshima's Best Beach, ? I mainly wrote it that way because apparently those kind of titles are more popular on the internet. So I'm not, yeah, I mean, to each his own. Futamigaura, for all the development, no longer appealing to me, but that development has made it much more accessible to people who wouldn't normally take their families out to get some fresh air. So different beaches for different people, and there are a lot of beaches in Itoshima. And sometimes I post on social media or something like that, and I'm surprised some people, especially foreigners, will say Japanese beaches are the dirtiest beaches in the world, or they're disgusting, or they're well, I guess there are some that have a lot of garbage washed up on them. There might be reasons for that. I mean, yeah, there might be people littering, but I don't think Japanese are the worst litterers in the world. So I think what that normally is garbage washing up from like near the rivers, where the rivers meet the ocean, and then I mean that garbage gets washed from inland out to the sea and then comes back up on the shores. Not an excuse. No one wants to see garbage, and it shouldn't be, but this water here is beautiful, clean. So, got a little bit of a stretch here. I wish I could read the comments. If you are watching, please leave a comment in the chat amongst yourselves. And at Kyushu Live, we'd like to know. Actually, one thing we really want to know is what time of the day is good for you to, do you want to have live streams, I guess is the way to say it. We're thinking of trying to do the live streams on a more regular schedule, meaning, for example, we're thinking of 10 a.m. to 12 noon, something like today. A little bit earlier maybe. Thinking that would be better for North American viewers. Obviously people in Japan, it's daytime, it's good, but in Asia, nearby. But in North America, the mornings 10 to noon sounds like a good time. That's our time here. Would be something like 9 p.m. to midnight over there. The other is our evenings in Japan, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Well, it gets dark, but around that time, and that would be better for European. So if anyone has any comments on that. That's welcome, either in the live chat or leave a comment. This is turning out to be further than I thought. I'm not complaining, but this is getting my exercise in today. I have some water. I'm going to stop soon and maybe I can get my water out now. That'd be a good idea. Yeah, got my water. I have to drink it one-handed here. See if it... Ah, that's good. Cheers, everyone. If you're having a coffee in the morning, or no, in North America, it's evening. So you're drinking wine or beer or something. Yeah, here's some garbage, all right. No, I'm not whitewashing, but this is, like, you can see things that have washed up from ships probably. But again, it's drifted gomine. Not good, but unavoidable. Maybe not unavoidable, but shigataganai ne. All right, internet connection problem. So I will try to walk faster now. Maybe we get across this corner, the internet will get better. But I have a internet connection warning. A motorcycle. So it's called Sunset Road. Obvious reasons. The sun today would set like how I'm pointing right now, about there. So a lot of people just drive along here. They might stop. But just like these guys on motorbikes, a lot of people are just cruising, catching the scenery. And I guess it's a bit warm, but usually there's more cyclists out. As you can imagine, it's just a killer place for cyclists, especially this walk here. Okay, ta-da! We're at the next beach, and maybe our last beach. Depends on how I feel, but probably this is gonna be our last. So this is Oguchi, and this is a surf point. Not today, obviously no waves today, but this is one of the most popular surf beaches in this area here, and especially, as I said, in the winter you get some good waves, good consistent waves up here. Oh, that water's good. I'm gonna be ready for a swim. Right now I'm just drinking water. That's good. So our immediate goal is, I don't know if you can see, but straight ahead there's some domes, little white domes above the beach, and that's a new glamping facility. And it's a restaurant, a cafe, and they have some of those domes you can spend the night in. And we're definitely going to go that far, and beyond that, again, I don't know how well it shows up. You can see a light green shortcut grass. That is a golf course. I believe Itoshima has, I believe, 5 golf courses. Wow. もうこれも最高じゃない。まあここは綺麗じゃない。This is more like how Futamigaura looked like before. Let me see if I can change the lens here to. Yeah, there we go. Okay, all right. For some variety here. Again, my screen's gone totally black, so I'm kind of guessing where it is, but you should be able to see the golf course and the glamping. Those are domes, and these people with surfboards. I don't know if you can see that. And just people chilling on the beach. Beautiful, eh? No junky buildings or cafes or anything. This is a good example of a nice beach in Itoshima. All right, let's. Oh, good. All right, we're back to the normal lens here. And again, this, you know, these two buildings have been there for years, and I keep forgetting to confirm, but I once heard there was some type of a scuba diving school located up there. I guess like some kind of tank, something like that. But anyways, don't know about that. あ、あれ知ってる人ね、水上さん、あら、コージ、ニックだ。ニック It's Nick ニック、カナダのニック、福岡なおよ。おー、どうもどうもどうも。いやでも YouTube から気をつけて、あまり変なことしないで。どうもどうも。Nice to see you. So I know these guys. あらあら。Yeah, some friends. 何？いい？いい？本当にいい？ Okay, okay. Wow, they're saying they come down. We'll just go down and say hi. Why not? I know the guys, two guys down there. I've known them for many years, so just come quickly and say hi. Ooh.ねえ、やっぱりね、いや、遠くからね、すごいエンジョイしてる人がいて、やっぱり、どうもどうも。はいはい。見た？本当。まあ、あんまり映らないようにしますけど、あんまり違う。こんにちは。ねえ。ちょっと今、もうずっと西浦からずっと歩いてる。あ？いや、今いない。今日は暑いから、もう暑いから一人で。はい。Anyways, see you. Yeah, bye bye. So, some friends enjoying the Itoshima beach. Okay, here we're on the beach. いいなあ。もう泳ぎたい。暑い。めっちゃ暑いから。I'm gonna head back up. It's even hotter down here. Happening. And surfboards and sups. So one of these buildings up here is a surf shop. Lino Cafe. Maybe that's a surf shop up there, but maybe the next building up there. Woo. Wow, what a day. Not bad, eh? And as I keep saying, this is just one of many beaches in Itoshima. I keep talking, well, we are in Itoshima, that's why we're talking about it, but to the east of Fukuoka, Fukutsu, Munakata, there's some nice beaches there, but I don't know, not quite Itoshima nice. I think one thing is the, especially in the summer, the waves are more gentle on this side. Itoshima Surf Center. Look at that. They got their, those are sup boards. I like to do sup. I have my own board. Emiko has as well. We go out and do sup, but we go out either really early in the morning or just at sunset because it's just too hot. This is like very unusual for me to be walking around midday. So you have access to the beach down there. Yeah, I'm glad we did the walk in this direction east, because we started in that really busy commercialized Futamigaura area, And now we've come to a more natural, quiet area. Look at this. Oh, shade. Shade. Shade, shade. That's nice. Maybe I can see some comments when I'm in here. Oh yeah, I can see. Still hard to read though. I promise if you leave a comment in the live chat or YouTube comment, I will reply later. Yeah, but so happy that I had a chance to show you Itoshima beaches on a nice day. As I said, we did a live stream, I think in maybe May, I don't know, late spring, and it was cold and gray. This is more like it. So I think we are going to wrap things up with a visit to two more places right here coming up on the right hand side. One is a cafe that I'm gonna guess probably not 10 years old, but not really old, but not really new either, called Time. As you can see the sign there, Time. Bistro Cafe Time. And then the sign behind it is where we started the last time, Laspark Resort. And that is a new big development that I showed you far away that had those domes and glamping. And I got mixed feelings about that. Again, it's the thing where, okay, it's what happens. Places become popular, become developed, commercialized. And with that comes conveniences. So now if people want to, I guess there's air conditioning, but there's also, you know, covered tents and just full service. And but it looks more like, it looks like Fukuoka City. It looks like a bar in Fukuoka City that's being transplanted to the sea, which to me begs the question, like, you know, if you're going to come to the sea, I wish they'd make the resorts or buildings more, you know, out of wood. More natural looking, more blended into the scenery, and not something that looks like a nightclub from Nakasu brought out to. Again, here we're going, this is part of a shrine, extension of a shrine, and you can see the torii gates here. And this is very clever, the Time Cafe, the glamping that I'm talking about is over there. But first we're going to go to this place called Time. And let me change the lens here if I can. Get wider lens, there we go. And I said this is the one that's been around for a while, but this used to be a dirt road the whole way up here. And what they did is, that's a prefab building or house, it's almost like, that they turned into a cafe, and they brought it through these gates. That prefab, that was before this more modern paved road. And this is just a very quiet end of that nice beach we were just on. And so it's expanded, become a bit bigger now, I guess because of the big resort beside it now. But this had a nice vibe to it, a more the older Futamigaura Itoshima style. Let's just take a quick walk and show you, but this is more kakui ne. Kakui. Yeah, and they have breakfast here. They've expanded their deck. They didn't have this deck here before. And we will go over there briefly. That's that new Laspark resort, and this is a bit shocking. There was no, you'd never see a tenth of the people on that beach before, but well. Again, this place, this is Time. It's the name of the cafe. Beautiful wood. And that seahorse, kind of cool. All right. They have a big dog. It's probably too hot for the dog to be out here. A Great Dane. Let's just see if his name's Alfred, the dog. I doubt he's in there. It'd be so hot. Is he there? No, that's the dog house. Huge Great Dane. Alfred's maybe enjoying some air conditioning today. So yeah, you see lots of bicycles. These people may have rented, I don't know where, they may have rented bicycles at Chikuzen Maibaru station. It would take you about, how long? Well, it depends how fast you ride, but it's at least 13 kilometers from the station to here, the nearest train station. So what, half hour? Okay, we're gonna take, again, I'm not really so keen on this place, but as a professional reporter, and my job to show you what's happening in Itoshima and Kyushu, I will show you this new hangout spot. Self-barbecue service. Very convenient and comfortable though. Look, we got hammocks, and lots of, it'd be great for families too. Lots of places to run around, comfortable seating. It's great. And what do they have? Fish dog. Imagine they have like a fire at night, sit around and have drinks. And these are these domes. I forget, I'm gonna guess 30,000 a night. Sleeping 6, might be a bit more. We won't go too close, people are enjoying their privacy there, but they're really solid looking domes. And I think they have shared facilities at that blue building over there. Showers and change rooms. That first building there is the restaurant. And yeah, this is tastefully done. Tastefully done. Excuse me, sneeze. And just a beautiful area. The sea is super clear and clean. Rocks, yeah, the kids must love it here. Okay. Well, how are we doing for time? You know what? I think I'm going to wrap this up. I think we've done a good job of showing you Itoshima's Futamigaura. Again, we started at Nishinoura, Futamigaura, and then we went to Oguchi. Okay, well, thank you for joining, and I am going to sign off here if I can get the camera going. Oh, there it is. Hey, I think I'm there. Again, once again, I can't see the screen. Am I there? Yeah, I think I'm there. Anyways, a little bit of sweat on my face, no doubt. It's pretty hot. It was a long walk, hour and 15 minutes or so, but it was great, beautiful day. As usual, please like our Kyushu Live videos and leave some comments, share them, tell your friends about it. Anyone interested in Kyushu, Fukuoka, we're going to be doing more live streams more often. We're coming into the fall, and so yeah, let us know what you want to see and where you want to go with us. And on that, I am going to try to get the camera going back. Hopefully that's showing the beach now, and say goodbye from Itoshima. Oh, that's still me. Okay, that's still me showing there. All right, I'm just gonna say goodbye. Bye-bye. Hopefully, if I can find the off. The screen's gone dark.